I want to show you something what massively improved my photography. Hi my friends, nice to see you. Today I want to show you something what massively improved my photography. And therefore I'm currently hiking up a mountain to a really very special place. And I were really happy if you could come with me. Here we are. Welcome to the absolutely chaos. I think this is the place where the chaos theory was founded. There are so many things going on here. It's absolutely amazing. So many lines, so many patterns. Wherever you look, it's a huge heap of rocks which came down from the mountain up there, I think. It's absolutely amazing. And it's also absolutely impossible, I guess, to get a really fantastic shot here. And this is the point. This is not a usual day of photography for me. It's more a day of training and improve my visual ability. And what I found out on my workshops is that one of the big major problems in photography is the composition part. And because it's such a huge part, there are so many things to be considered. But you should, at any point you should start, I think. And I think that something like this, where you have lots of lines and patterns and so on, is a great possibility to improve your visual ability, your visual sight, that you look at things in another way. It's something like, you know, when you're lying in the grass and watching on the sky, clouds moving there, and you see pictures what are not really there, something like sheep, for example, or a duck, or a bear, not a bear, a bear. It could also be that you see a bear there, even on hot summer days, maybe. It's up to you. But I think you know what I mean. What I will do now is, I will look around and let's see what I can get.
To know you before you faded away. I got to know you, got to love you. Just keep walking down to separate ways. I can show you, escaping your pain now. You break down, you're drained now. Your heart pounds.
So I found a composition now. My subject is a little Matterhorn back there. It's this triangle shaped peak back there. It's really pretty nice, and what I really love at it is we have mid-level clouds today with some gaps. All few minutes there comes the sunbeam through, like now in the moment, for example. And what you see is that we have this area at the left side what is illuminated by the sun, and right beside we have this sharp edge and the shadow side. And this is a really fantastic contrast, I think. And I'm here in the shadow behind this rock on the left. We will see a part of it left on our picture then. And so we have this nice contrast out from the shadow to the illuminated parts back there. I also have some rocks in the middle. We have this small rock here, what holds this bigger rock. The currently little illuminated bigger rock there, and also the illuminated rock direct by the Matterhorn, and this will give us a fantastic leading line back to our subject. So in the moment the light is not the problem. I always get light It changes from shadow to light, light to shadow. This is great, but the only thing what I'm not happy in the moment are the clouds. We have these sort of clouds where you have sharp edges. And this is difficult on something like this here, because we have already a lot of sharp edges here on the ground, on our rocks here. And when in the sky there are also so many lines and patterns, it could get too much. So it's better even to have a blue sky, absolutely clear sky, or to have soft clouds, or not a combination between sky and clouds. Maybe a whole area of clouds with different patterns, but soft. We have wind in the moment, it's really windy. This is also the reason why I've got into my jacket. So the question is now, and we can't do anything for that. The question is if the clouds will change in that way we can use it or not. And if not, I had a really great composition found where it's really worth to come back. And if yes, we have a finished photo. I'm not sure, we will see. Let's wait and then we see.
To know you before you faded away. I got to know you, got to love you. Just keep walking down to separate ways. I can show you, escaping your pain now. You break down, you're drained.
It has got a little bit colder now. This is why I've got into my wind jacket meanwhile. And we have still clouds up there, but it's not so much than before. I think I can get away with that. And we always have some gaps up there, so we always get a little bit of sun through. What is really great, I don't use any filters here, no polarizer, no need for that here, no ND or something. I think I will make the click now. I found one more composition. I think it's allowed to be creative, I hope so. So what I brought with me today is fisheye lens. On places like this where so many distracting elements and lines and patterns like here, it's more easy to use a longer focal lens and make close-ups. But I did exactly the opposite of this. I brought a fisheye lens with me. So I have 8 millimeters on my APS-C. I'm set up with my Gorilla Pod, and to be honest, it's really difficult to explain you the composition now. The subject is again our small Matterhorn behind there, and we have an S-curve back there, but you will not able to see it here. I think it will be better to show it on my computer then, because it doesn't look like this. When you try to take a photograph with a fisheye lens, it's better you go with the camera, look through it and search for the lines and for the patterns with the camera. The tricky thing when you work with a fisheye lens is that you have around 200-degree diagonal on your lens. So you photograph a little bit behind you. So when you set up, it's absolutely difficult that you don't get your tripod legs into the picture. It's a really good idea to work with a Gorilla Pod because you can put them a little bit to the back. The only thing you should consider is that the camera doesn't fall in front then. So I've put it a little bit back like this, that it can't drop to the front. This is how it looks in reality. And you will see it now how it looks as picture then. And this is now how it looks as an image. I didn't defish it. This is really with all the distortions what a Fisher lens brings with it. I didn't change anything. The viewer is lead into the image by these lines here. It goes back there as an S-curve, first here to this little spot where the eyes can rest with the reflection of our little Matterhorn here, and then it goes back there in this S-curve. We don't see the final way to the subject here. It is behind the rock, so it is a third line here, and finally we are here by our subject. What I also love here is this mountain face right here, because it blocks the viewer to look out of the image when he has gone up here in this S-curve. Also great is the sun here. This is really interesting. This is the direct sun what shines through the clouds, and in reality it was left beside me. It looks as the distances here are not so far as it was in reality. And this is also an element what balances this mountain face on the right side here. And we also have a great contrast between this bright area here, this small bright area, and this dark area of clouds up in the sky. I'm really pleased with this image. So before I switch back to the mountains now, I have one request to you. When photographers talk about Fisher lenses, they are always done down as fun lenses. And indeed, I had fun when I took this photo, but I think in some cases, it doesn't work always, but in some cases, it's a really great idea to photograph with a Fisher lens, and it's a really great thing to train your creativity. So my request to you is, when you think this picture is nice, please share this video to other photographers, that the image of Fisher lenses will be increased. So now let's switch back to the mountains. I found one more composition, but not with the rocks, to be honest. I had a look at the other side. I couldn't let my eyes from this lake down there. I think it will be too far away for the wide-angle lens of the video camera. I took a longer focal length here. It's a simple composition with the telelens, and we have lots of lines from the mountains going down to the lake. The lake is a really bright part here because we have lots of reflections up there, and behind we have a fantastic mountain. It's a glacier, it's snow covered, and it looks really pretty good. So let's make the click. So this was this video for this day. I were really interested if you also have ever done such a training day like me today. Please comment below, I were really interested. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you didn't have subscribed, please subscribe. Thank you. See you next time. Bye.